Hello my dear beautiful bastards and welcome back to Planet Coaster. Today we will continue building the Hand of Butts Park that is now formally called the Buttomy Park. The new name is a combination of the words butt and anatomy, because today's episode will be dedicated to building the foot of butts. Before we get to that, I decided to tidy up the coaster station a bit. The game allows us to edit the station and add building parts to it, so it is possible to create very fabulous coasters, and since this was my first time doing it, I decided to keep it quick and simple. I added a nice blue wall along with a couple of windows on the sides. The roof has this slope on both sides, which makes it look like a modernized metro station. I also wanted to add an arched entrance to it, but none of the arched doorways are blue, and we aren't able to change the colors of individual parts, which is a bit annoying. Placing a nice blue archway would have made things nicer, but it is what it is. We will need to put up with slight fuckery until an appropriate update comes. I was looking at the back side of the station and it seemed awfully empty, so I deleted one of the walls and added a wooden path that extended all the way to the end. I also placed a doorway appropriate to the path so it is highlighted a bit more. Some would say this looks like shit, but they can go fuck themselves. This is beautiful. Naturally, this path is used by suicidal people. People jump down into a massive pit of doom that is also surrounded by a ton of trees. This is the happy suicide cliff. And now the foot of butts. I started creating the foot on the right side of the park, the toes facing the side of the park entrance. As I was sculpting it, a poll was created, deciding which foot would it be. Apparently, middle foot won. What is a middle foot? Fuck me if I know, but I decided to place the big toe as the middle toe and then proportionally added the other four. Next we needed the butt, so I started shaping the tip of the foot. Instead of a proper leg, there is a butt growing out of it, which is only logical. It took a decent amount of time to build it, and it ended up looking better than the first one. We made it white, and no, it is not racist, shut up. The foot itself is fully green and the toenails are black. I also changed the surrounding ground to be black, that indicates the toxicity of the foot. It rots everything around it pretty quickly. Once the foot was done, we needed a coaster that would go through the foot. I had some slight issues making sure the coaster went under the surface of the foot, but it eventually all worked out and the coaster came out of the large toe. Since the tunnel was quite long and dark, I added skull lamp posts inside, which was a pain in the ass because the camera glitched out quite often. I suppose this is how it feels to be inside someone's ass, very dark and glitchy. I added some leaves around the toes to make sure it is visually understood how smelly and rotten this foot actually is. You could say this represents the foot fungus, in a way. The coaster station was naked, so I added some windows and brick foundations to it, and I also laid down a transparent path around the foot. The path is used by people who wish to marvel at the beauty of it. But this entire area is toxic and dangerous. How are people able to stay alive in this place? That question takes us to the gas mask shops. The shops are just outside of the danger area, and they are made out of nice brick walls. The entrance to the shops is in the back side, and I made the path seem like it got created due to the constant walking over the grass. This is the case in pretty much every park here in my city. Motherfuckers refuse to walk over the main path. It's like Tentacler himself possessed them and forced them to ruin the nice grass. The last thing I built was a nice little market, a bit further away from both monuments. I didn't really complicate it too much, even though I wanted to use these curved poles on top of the shops, but they're just not proportional and they started annoying me, so I banished them from my mind forever. Instead, I added an arch and some small walls on the side, along with trees and rocks to make the entire place look nicer, you know, like a real densely decorated marketplace. And that is it. The park, renamed Buttomy Park, is starting to look impressive. We have two coaster rides going through two different butts of different colors and sizes, and nice additional decorations around them. We still have enough space in the park to create the Head of Butts, which should be the largest and most magnificent monument ever created in the history of the world. I hope you liked the work done so far, and thank you for watching. I have been Petard, your glorious lord, and may the blessings of Petardia eternally touch your butt.